USB-A. USB-A is the classic rectangular USB connector that most people immediately recognize. It first appeared in the late 1990s when the Universal Serial Bus Standard was created to simplify how computers connect to external devices. Before USB, computers used many different ports for keyboards, printers, and storage devices. USB-A helped solve that problem by acting as a universal connector that could support many types of accessories. For years, it became the standard port on desktops, laptops, game consoles, and even televisions. Millions of keyboards, mice, flash drives, and external devices relied on USB-A connections. One small inconvenience many people remember is that the connector only fits one way, which often leads to the familiar moment of flipping the cable before it finally slides in correctly. Even though newer connectors exist today, USB-A is still widely used in offices, schools, and homes across the United States and the United Kingdom because of its reliability and compatibility with older hardware. USB-B. USB-B was created mainly for larger external devices rather than everyday computer accessories. Unlike the flat shape of USB-A, this connector has a square design with slightly beveled corners. It was most commonly used on printers, scanners, and some external storage devices. During the early 2000s, if someone connected a printer to their desktop computer, the cable usually had USB-A on one end and USB-B on the other. This design allowed computers to connect to peripherals without confusion about which port belonged on which device. Although USB-B was never as common as USB-A in consumer electronics, it became a reliable standard in offices and workplaces. Over time, wireless printing and network connectivity reduced the need for direct USB printer connections, so USB-B ports became less common on modern devices. However, many printers and professional equipment still use this connector today. Mini USB. Mini USB appeared during the early 2000s when portable gadgets began shrinking in size. Devices like digital cameras, early MP3 players, and handheld GPS units needed a connector that was smaller than the full-sized USB ports used on computers. Mini USBs solved this problem by introducing a compact connector that could still handle both charging and data transfer. For several years, it became a common cable for transferring photos from cameras to computers. Many photographers and travelers carried mini USB cables in their camera bags because it was often the only way to charge or transfer files from those devices. Even though mini USB was a big step towards smaller connectors, it was eventually replaced by an even thinner design as smartphones and portable electronics continued to shrink. Micro USB. Micro USB became one of the most widely used charging connectors in the world during the 2010s. Compared to mini USB, it was thinner, stronger, and designed to survive thousands of connection cycles. For nearly a decade, most Android smartphones used micro USB for charging and data transfer. It was also used in Bluetooth headphones, portable speakers, game controllers, and power banks. Because so many devices relied on it, micro USB cables became extremely common in homes, cars, and workplaces. Many people had several of them lying around because nearly every portable gadget needed one. Despite its popularity, the connector still had a design limitation. It only worked in one orientation, which often led to the familiar moment of flipping the cable before it finally slides in correctly. USB-C. USB-C represents one of the most important improvements in the history of USB technology. Introduced in the mid-2010s, it features a small, symmetrical design that works regardless of which way the cable is plugged in. This simple change made everyday charging and connectivity much easier. But the real strength of USB-C lies in its versatility. It can transfer data, deliver power, and even carry video signals to monitors through a single cable. Modern laptops, smartphones, tablets, and gaming devices increasingly rely on USB-C ports for nearly everything. In both the US and UK markets, many new laptops now include only USB-C ports because they can replace multiple older connectors. With the right cable and device support, USB-C can charge laptops, connect to displays, transfer files, and power accessories all at once. USB 2.0. USB 2.0 refers to a data transfer standard rather than a specific connector shape. Introduced in the year 2000, it dramatically improved data transfer speeds compared to the original USB version. USB 2.0 allowed data to move at up to 480 megabits per second, which made external storage devices and digital cameras far more practical. Many computers used USB-A ports that supported USB 2.0 standard internally. This technology became the backbone of everyday computing for many years. Flash drives, keyboards, printers, webcams, and other accessories commonly used USB 2.0 connections. Even today, many simple peripherals still rely on USB 2.0 speeds because they do not require faster data transfer. It remains one of the most widely supported standards in computing history. USB 3.0. USB 3.0 was introduced in 2008 and significantly increased the performance of USB connections. It allowed data transfer speeds of up to 5 gigabits per second, which was more than 10 times faster than USB 2.0. This improvement made external hard drives, high-capacity flash drives, and large file transfers much more practical. Many manufacturers marked USB 3.0 ports with a blue color inside the connector to help users identify the faster port. This standard became especially useful for professionals working with large video files, photography projects, or data backups. With USB 3.0, transferring large files that once took several minutes could now be completed much faster. USB 4. USB 4 represents the latest generation of USB technology and brings the highest performance improvements yet. Introduced in 2019, it supports extremely fast data transfer speeds of up to 40 gigabits per second. This allows modern devices to connect to high-resolution displays, ultra-fast external storage, and powerful docking stations through a single cable.
Subscribe to watch more tech-related videos.